following an accidental shooting in a Montgomery Village home this afternoon. The boy was treated by rescue workers but was pronounced dead at the scene. One adult was in the home at the time, but officials don't yet know who owned the weapon or how the child was able to get it. Montgomery County Police Department spokesperson Shira Goff.
The Major Crimes Division is investigating this. This is being investigated as an accidental shooting. Right now, there is no foul play suspected regarding this shooting.
One man is in custody after exiting a parked car near the Capitol with a shotgun in hand earlier this afternoon. That man began running toward the building.
This individual was challenged by United States Capitol police officers and ordered to drop the weapon, which he did comply with. He laid down the weapon and then laid down on the ground and was taken into custody by our United States Capitol police officers.
U.S. Capitol Police Chief Michael Sullivan, no name or motive for the suspect yet. He is said to be an 18-year-old man and not from this area. Maryland's governor today signing legislation that prohibits 287G agreements between local law enforcement and federal immigration enforcement agents.
Our neighbors, our friends, our family members are afraid because of his actions of this Trump-Vance ICE operation.
Governor Westmore describing what the bill does and does not do.
This legislation does not authorize the release of criminals.
But Moore insists Maryland is not made safer by
untrained, unqualified, and unaccountable personnel patrolling American streets.
Several Maryland sheriffs have vowed to continue to legally work with ICE. Barbara Britt, WMAL and WMAL.com.
As homes remain evacuated following the house explosion and gas leak investigation in Centerville, folks need items from those houses.
We're honoring every single request that comes forward, and we've allocated noon today up until 9 p.m. tonight for them to meet at a rendezvous point in the neighborhood and be escorted into their homes, both by vehicle and on foot, to retrieve their vehicles, valuables, so on and so forth.
Assistant Fire Chief Eric Craven. Checking your money, the Dow finished up 32, the NASDAQ finished up 31. Traffic and weather next, and Mark Levin on News Talk 105.9 WMA.
It pays to book your 30A stay early with Vrbo. Book early and save over $530. Vrbo. Book now, relax longer. Average savings $550. Book 60 days in advance on 7+ stays. Select homes only.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Go to eatiqbar.com and enter code TASTE to get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Again, go to eatiqbar.com and enter code TASTE.
Taylor.
At 6:05, here's the latest from the Head Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Traffic still very slow on southbound 295 from Malcolm X Avenue headed towards Laboratory Road and the Beltway, and still an incident reported at Laboratory Road. Now on 395, southbound between Shirlington and King Street, the disabled still blocking 2 right lanes, and that is traffic very slow from Boundary Channel Drive. Northbound is heavy from 110 to the 14th Street Bridge. And the earlier accident on the freeway eastbound at Ohio Drive has now been cleared. An earlier accident in Chantilly on eastbound 50 between Lee Road and Centerville Road cleared, and all lanes have been reopened. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Expect patchy fog developing during the overnight as temperatures stay above freezing this time, 37 to 47 degrees overnight and first thing Wednesday morning. While high temperatures between 54 and 62 degrees with mostly cloudy skies and stray showers 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. I'm 7 News Chief Meteorologist Veronica Johnson in the First Alert Weather Center.
Clearing skies, 48 in Woodbridge, 48 in Frederick, 48 at Reagan National in Washington, D.C. I'm Scott Lynn on News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin. Command post deep in the bowels of a hidden bunker, somewhere under the brick and steel of a nondescript building, we once again made contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Hello, America. Mark Levin here. Our number, 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. I want to thank those of you who peeked into and listened to our inaugural video cast this afternoon. We had some technical problems getting it up over the internet, given the nature of the process, and you got to work those things out. It takes time to build through that. But I want to thank you all for your very kind comments. We're on YouTube and we're on Rumble. It's called Liberty's Voice with Mark Levin. Liberty's Voice, YouTube. You can subscribe. Rumble, you can follow. And tomorrow, we're going to get into this Iran matter because there's a lot taking place now. And it's not clear to me what's going on. Before we came on the program, I could have sworn that time was running out for Iran and that we were going to attack maybe next week, maybe after the State of the Union address, which is next week. But what I heard reported literally minutes before the program, I'm not sure what to think. There's another meeting in 2 weeks. Now, look, Iran is playing this out. They're slaughtering people still. They're going after their political enemies and their opposition. There was a piece in the Jerusalem Post. They are further centralizing control in their police state, and then it is one of the issues raised is they'll make certain agreements if the sanctions are lifted. If the sanctions are lifted, the regime not only survives now but forever, and they will lie about whatever they agreed to. It's what North Korea did. That is what they will do. They want the sanctions lifted so they can get more money into their system to build up their military, to harden the control of the Islamist Nazi regime there. Now, I don't happen to think the president's going to fall for that. I mean, that would be an Obama deal, and it'd be worse than an Obama deal given the proclamations and declarations the president and others made about, what is it now, almost 4 weeks ago? 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago. Then you read, we're sending 50 more fighter jets, 50 more. F-22s, F-35s, that's the top of the top. And as you know, the USS Gerald Ford, if it's not there, it's almost there. It's the biggest aircraft carrier in the world, has the most planes, and of course it has ships that accompany it. So honestly, we have enough firepower there now to blow aspects of that regime off the face of the earth. Nothing's easy. I get it. I really do. But a false deal is worse, far worse than no deal at all. We've seen where this winds up. And so I will continue to use my voice. I will continue to use this program, my Fox show. I will now continue to use my video podcast to make the case for peace through strength. Peace through strength. That's YouTube, Liberty's Voice. You can subscribe. You should go there right now. Now it's a little quiet, see, because the program is airing, but it aired earlier. Or Rumble, another great site. You can follow there. It costs nothing. Those of you who aren't used to the internet should really consider, putting your toe in the water and seeing what it's like. I don't mean the whole cesspool. I mean the program that I'm talking about. It's quite different. than what I do on radio and TV. Quite different. And of course, the video you get to see. So I hope we'll be able to check that out. And tomorrow the focus will be on Iran. Today the focus was on our founding and the Declaration. And we took the Declaration word by word, phrase by phrase, and broke it down. I did. I gave some historical context and also explained how it is so unique, so inspiring, so fantastic how this nation was founded. And then I compared it to Marxism, the basic ideological propositions of Marxism, and how it was embraced by, well, really modern day Democrats, but in the late 1800s and early 1900s. You know, Marx died in 1883. This so-called progressive movement, self-named, self-characterized, was, as I wrote in my book, American Marxism, the offspring of that, the Americanization of Marxism. It's not the same type of exactly Marxism that was preached by Marx himself, he being born in Germany and dying in London because they pushed him out of Germany. They wanted nothing to do with him. But we dug into a little bit of that, and we're going to dig into a lot of this. Because the American people, you all need to know exactly what's going on here. And when July 4th comes around and we're celebrating, you're going to be, I think, more patriotic and excited than ever before. You might say, I can't be more. I think you can. When you know just how fantastic and unique and rare and so forth this country really is, and how barbaric and primitive and inhumane Marxism and Islamism are. And we're going to take our time to go through all that. But Iran is key. And again, we'll do a deep dive tomorrow, but I want to do a dive too right now. As I pull up these articles here, just give me 1 second. And then you'll see why, to me, there's some level of ambiguity. Now, you might say that's intentional, which it could be, or it might be that we're not sure which road to follow in the fork of the road. Could be that too. We have a piece here, Jerusalem Post. The U.S. sends over 50 fighter jets to Middle East in military buildup against Iran. We have another piece here that I'm going to read part of it to you a little bit. The plan Trump has already set in motion against Iran. Then we have the Associated Press. Iran fires missiles. Khomeini threatens to sink U.S. warship. There have been nuclear talks. Jerusalem Post. Iran's Khomeini threatens U.S. Navy, suggests he could be hit so hard he cannot get up again. Another title, Iranian officials moving to consolidate power for a post-Khomeini era. New York Post, Iran closes ports of Strait of Hormuz for live fire drills after Ayatollah taunts Trump. A lot going on. But this one piece I found intriguing for all the research I was doing today. The plan Trump has already set in motion against Iran. Let's take a look at that. We'll be right back.
Mark Levin.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
Something historic has happened in the financial markets, folks. Gold is trading around $5,000 per ounce. Silver trading around $110 per ounce. This didn't just happen overnight. It followed years of monetary expansion, rising debt, global uncertainty, and both dramatically outpaced inflation over the last 20 years. But silver is where you might want to look today. Have you made money on your gold investments? Well, I did. You might want to think about taking those profits and investing it in silver. Now, my partner, Monetary Gold, has been helping Americans for over 25 years understand physical gold and silver investments. Monetary is offering $5,000 in free silver for qualified accounts. Just ask your intake specialist for details. To learn more about Monetary Gold and its free silver offer, you have to call them. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Time to act, folks. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Don't miss this free silver offer. Again, 877-NOW-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Tax Traffic still very slow on southbound 295 from Malcolm X Avenue headed towards Laboratory Road and the Beltway, and still an incident reported at Laboratory Road. Now on 395, the southbound between Shirlington and King Street, the disabled still blocking two right lanes, and that has traffic very slow from Boundary Channel Drive. Northbound is heavy from 110 to the 14th Street Bridge. And the earlier accident on the freeway eastbound at Ohio Drive has now been cleared. An earlier accident in Chantilly on eastbound 50 between Lee Road and Centerville Road cleared, and all lanes have been reopened. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Storm Watch and Forecast.
Cloudy low 40s tonight, mostly cloudy for your Wednesday. Slight chance of a shower. Temperatures the upper.
The jackpots continue to soar. Go to any New York Lottery retailer today for your chance to win the Powerball jackpot, over $950 million. Or play for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot, over $1 billion. Please play responsibly.
Chris Plant here. Tired of dating online and want to meet real people face to face? Let the professional matchmakers at It's Just Lunch help. After a confidential interview, your personal matchmaker hand selects quality matches for you. They pre-screen every date and they'll book your reservations at the best spots in town. All you have to do is show up and be yourself. Let It's Just Lunch help you turn new beginnings into lasting connections. Call 202-466-4333 or visit itsjustlunchdc.com.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Plain ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ bar.
Go to eatiqbar.com and enter code TASTE to get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Again, go to eatiqbar.com and enter code TASTE.
If your patio, sidewalk, or driveway is cracked or uneven, if you've tripped or fallen as a result, or if you're worried about the liability of an uneven surface on your property, American Concrete Services can quickly help. Don't pay the high cost to tear out and replace your sidewalk, patio, driveway, or pool deck. American Concrete Services has an economical solution which can raise and stabilize your existing concrete at a fraction of the cost of full replacement. They're environmentally friendly structural foam. With structural foam lifting, there's no heavy equipment to cause damage to your property and no loud noises from jackhammering. Best of all, most repairs can be completed in just one day. Have your entire patio, sidewalk, or driveway safe and level again. No job is too big or small. Call American Concrete Services now for your free estimate at 240-665-5665. That's 240-665-5665. Again, 240-665-5665. Licensed in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. NHIC 140530.
And now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-354-6062. 800-354-6062. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-354-6062.
Making sense of your world.
I agree with everything you're saying.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
My heart just breaks for what's going on.
Making sense of the news.
I don't know that I'll be able to read the entire piece. That's not necessary anyway. From the jcfa.org. The plan Trump has already set in motion against Iran. This is a very interesting think piece, I think. Anyone searching for the decisive American moment vis-a-vis Iran need not wait for an official announcement from the White House, since that moment has already occurred. Did not take place at the Pentagon nor in Congress, nor at the Security Council. He writes, or they write, it happened in Mar-a-Lago. There, far from the cameras, a profound conceptual shift took place, moving from discussions about nuclear weapons and missiles to a principled decision to strike at the regime itself. The point is critical to understanding what we have seen in recent days, and especially what we are likely to see soon, they write. This is not a random escalation, nor a series of impulsive reactions. It is a managed and carefully planned event, advancing according to clearly defined stages. The first stage is already behind us, the campaign of the slain, a continuous flood of death tolls, harrowing footage, and testimonies seeping out following a partial reopening of the internet. This is not happening by chance. The United States, being the United States, needs a smoking gun, a cause celeb, a justification for war. As you can imagine, this is rather left-wing. Let's continue. Americans require a moral and political rationale to legitimize a broader move. The images emerging from Iran now are not meant only to shock, they are meant to prepare.
Hello, kiddos.
Now, why am I reading this to you? Because putting aside the radical left-wing agenda of all these groups, they're onto something. Just stick with me. The second stage is already unfolding. Talk of a siege, not a classic siege in the style of Venezuela, but the creation of a sense of tightening suffocation. And here it is important to be precise. The Iranian regime is accustomed to living under sanctions. It has built an economy adapted to scarcity, self-production, and workarounds. Therefore, a siege alone will not bring down the regime. Nevertheless, it creates a smokescreen, an appearance of pressure, a sense that diplomacy is underway. It is a pattern Trump has used repeatedly. Now, you see, they despise Trump and the United States. Continue. Then comes the third stage discourse, negotiations, talks, call it if you will. Iran is the world champion of the bazaar. It will talk, threaten, deliver speeches while simultaneously sending quiet messages and asking for time. However, the terms placed on the table will be such that the Iranian regime cannot accept them. Not because it doesn't want to, but because it simply cannot. The real demand is not the dismantling of the nuclear program, but the dismantling of the regime's very essence. And the radical Shiite regime in Tehran cannot agree to its own dissolution. And I've talked about this in a different context, that they won't accept an agreement, even if there's a temporary pause or ceasefire where peace can be claimed. In the end, their ideology doesn't allow it. Now, from the left perspective, they can't. From my perspective, they can't either. But from the left's perspective, it's not fair. From my perspective, it exposes them. Here, the central element comes into play. Surprise. The strike, when it comes, will not be a symbolic event nor a one-night operation. This is not Venezuela nor Maduro. It will be a prolonged aerial campaign. Now, I agree with that. That's been written elsewhere, but I believe that's correct. When and if it comes. It will be a prolonged aerial campaign sustained over time with repeated waves of strikes targeting regime symbols, Revolutionary Guard headquarters, the Basij, that is the inner circle around the Khomeini, and the infrastructure of control and repression. Most of the action will take place from the air, some of it by means better left unspoken. The objective is not merely to damage military capacity, but to create conditions under which the people take to the streets. And here the hard truth must be stated plainly. The Iranian people have been abandoned. Months of disconnection, unemployment, commercial collapse, and wages not paid at all. Now a generation with nothing left to lose is beginning to take to the streets. They're right about this. Nothing, and people recording farewell messages. People have lost their homes, families, and livelihoods. In effect, the barrier of fear has been broken, and this is not a wave that can be turned back. Even if it subsides momentarily, another wave will follow. Trump has reached a historic crossroads. Either he enters the history books as one who freed the Middle East from an extreme. It's hard to tell what this group is, isn't it, Mr. Producer? Very odd. But there's a kernel of truth in everything they're saying. That's why I'm reading it to you. Trump has reached this historic crossroads. Either he enters the history books as the one who freed the Middle East from an extremist regime that destabilizes the global order, or he falls into the Iranian trap of delays, prolonged talks, and stalling tactics. With a withdrawal of opportunity limited by the midterm elections, and with understanding that what began on October 7 was a broad Iranian attempt to destroy Israel through proxies, the moment of decision is approaching, perhaps not this week, but soon, most likely very soon. Well, let's see who we're dealing with here. The fellow who wrote this is Sajiv Asulin, an expert on Iranian influence, they write, and Operation Strategic Perception at the Jerusalem Center for Security and Foreign Affairs, JCFA, a former senior commander and so forth. Well, the beginning of the article sure sounded like he was anti-American to me. Did it not to you, Rich? Yeah. But in the substantive aspects of this piece, he's right. He's correct. And I think he's reading the tea leaves correctly, too, because I'm reading them the same way. And I think I'm correct about it. Could be wrong. I'm not Nostradamus. I'm not in the prediction business. But I think this is effectively and mostly correct. That everything's been set in motion. The president has dealt with the Iranians before. And he knows what he's dealing with. I'll be right back.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
I'm Dr. Howard Levine, Director of Cleveland Nasal Sinus and Sleep Center. During cold and flu season, I tell my patients the key to staying well is to pull out germs, mucus, bacteria, and viruses from the nose using the Navage-powered nasal irrigator. I irrigate my own nose daily with Navage to stay healthy and after seeing sick patients.
For drug-free congestion relief, trust #1 doctor-recommended Navage, available at Walmart and Walgreens.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus Media Station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 6:30. I'm Scott Lynn. A 6-year-old boy has died in Montgomery Village following what police are describing as an accidental shooting. Officials headed to the scene near Montgomery Village Avenue and Apple Ridge Road in the 2 p.m. hour. The boy was treated on the scene but died on the scene. One man is in custody after he exited a parked car near the U.S. Capitol early this afternoon with a loaded shotgun in hand. The man was challenged by officers, dropped to the ground, and dropped his weapon. He's been identified as 18-year-old Carter Camacho of Georgia. He was wearing a tactical vest, had rounds of ammo on him, as well as a helmet and gas mask in his car. The DNA found in the discovered glove,
Well, I just got a phone call from George, and the card players are going to be here at 7:30, so I have to go. I'm going to play cards for a couple hours. I know as you're watching, Wigan. You can't help yourself, can you? I was just rolling a joint and just finished a cup of coffee, but I'm going to have company in about an hour. Kiddos, we can see you in here. Wants me to let you up on my panel. You're the only girl that likes me. He thinks he's funny. I have to use a spy account to see him post because he's fucking chicken shit. He blocks me. He's got his little fucking clan there who spam against me, especially Logical. It ain't working, Logical. You're just a dumb fuck, Logical. Why don't you come to Governor, Logical? Logical, be thankful I don't live near you because I probably would pay you a visit. I'd come and check you out. I would. You lucky you don't live down the street from me. I'd wait for you. Shinsky's coming, Steve's coming, and George is coming. So there's going to be 4 car players here. So I have to go. Hey, you guys are pretty brave behind a block. Long time ago, Wiggin thought I'd never side with Rusty. And it's not, in fact, just to side with her. I side with what's right and wrong. I'm not going to bite the hand who feeds me. Rusty's fed me a lot of information. Even though she has a picture of Brooke, right? And then, of course, Acid's going to run with it because Acid thinks he's some kind of fight. Acid, you know, you're just a nobody. You're not impressing anybody. Freaking Angela was in my chat, said hi to me. She's probably trolling you. Last time I talked to her, she said she didn't have time for you. She just shows up and make you go nuts. Because you really are a nobody, Alpesh. You just, you've never accomplished anything in your life. You don't have anything to show for you. All you do is attack people. That's all you do. There's nothing good in your life, so that's why you attack other people. Wiggin come to warn me. Rusty's going to take over your chat. As he's trying to take over my chat. You're a fucking hypocrite. Sorry, Wiggin, I'm not going to shut Rusty out. Be stupid for me to do it. That'd be a dumb move on my fucking place just to fucking say I hate Rusty. I don't want to talk to her. I don't want to see her. That'd be stupid. You're an idiot. You pay more attention to her than I do, Wiggin. I don't talk about Rusty. I told her she could have a chat or she could have a wrench here. She got to go make a comment. I don't know if that other account, whatever. If she wants a wrench in here, I'll let her have one. No big deal to me. Right? I'd mostly just to post links or whatever, Because I have you in your own words, Wiggin. Tom Carlisle. I'm going to make Billy take Rusty back. What a dumb fuck. Kiddos, why do you come in here, make one post, and that's it? What's up with that, kiddos? Should I just ban you? Yeah. So I got to pull my table out in the middle of the room. I got a nice tall table with the tall bar seats to play cards at. And I won't be in chat. Old Log Liquor will be waiting for me to come into Vegas. Inbred. Inbred. Billy's inbred. Billy's inbred. You burnt your feet making dabs. You were up on Caleb's panel talking about it, and you wouldn't answer his fucking questions. He asked questions I want answers to. You wouldn't answer them, motherfucker. I think you burnt your dick and everything. How can you burn your feet and not burn your dick? Since you're at a bench doing whatever the fuck you were doing, or a table, or whatever the fuck you were doing, and call fucking 911 and put the fire out. Oh, he'll be live Thursday night. Logical stream of consciousness. Fucking talk fast like a liberal. The only way you're going to fucking defeat me, Logical, is to come up here. And I don't think you're going to do it. You're not man enough to come up here and face me one-on-one with nobody fucking backing you up. Because you're a puke liberal motherfucker from New York City area. You're one of them. I know, because I live in New York. I don't live in the city, though. Fucking wacko. You're fucked up in the head. Genius. I wonder if my link is working. I got 5 minutes. Then I got to go. Hey, it's working. CDA, you'd have something to brag about if you could take me on in a debate up here and win at something, whatever you want to debate. I don't really go after the women like you do. I guess Gotti doesn't want to do me no more favors. He's done doing me favors. I want a favor, but he won't do it for me. I have an idea for an avatar, but he won't do it for me. You know, I don't care if Ms. Liz doesn't like me. I don't care if Stephanie. I got a feeling that actually they do like me. They don't want to admit it because they'll get attacked for supporting Billy Hayden. Ms. Liz knows she's welcome to come up here anytime she wants. If I let Bud speak. Yeah, Alpesh Patel, he wore out his welcome. He's useless. Freaking Angela stopped by and said hi to me, Billy. Oh, geez, I'm jealous. Angela, don't talk to Alpesh, please. I need a haircut. I've been out walking in the weather. It's been 40 degrees all day. Finally, fucking temperatures above freezing. Holy fuck. Probably won't last long. It's still wintertime. Foggier in hell today. Ground's colder than the air. Wicked. I guess not, huh, Wiggin? You're gonna be crying about me in Vegas the rest of the night. What time is it? I gotta go here pretty soon. Here, Patrick, New York is making fun of me putting plastic up on my windows which you go into anywhere, Walmart, whatever, and they have that shrink wrap. You know, people put plastic up on their windows all over in the fucking North Country, you dumb fuck. I live in Patrick, New York's head. I live in Patrick Francis Callahan's head. I live in Patrick Rowe's head. I live in Bud's head. I definitely occupy a lot of real estate in Wiggins' brain. Wiggins' brain is nothing but Hayden real estate. That motherfucker can't go 60 seconds without thinking of Billy Hayden. Can you, Wiggin? All right. I'll see everybody on flip side.